described in this book first gained popularity online in the aftermath of the 2008 crash. People were yearning for a solution to their newly discovered problem of debt and overconsumption. Alas, over the past dozen years, we've once again grown too comfortable. But the enemy isn't only consumerism now. It's decadence and distraction, both material and not. Amid the panic of the pandemic, I noticed many folks grappling with the question Ryan and I have been attempting to answer for more than a decade. What is essential? Of course, the answer is highly individual. Too often, we conflate essential items with both non-essential items and junk. We delineate these three categories, essential, non-essential, and junk, with our no junk rule in the relationship with stuff chapter. In an emergency, not only must we jettison the junk, but many of us are forced to temporarily deprive ourselves of non-essentials. Those things that add value to our lives during regular times but aren't necessary during an emergency. If we can do this, we can discover what is truly essential, and then we can eventually reintroduce the non-essentials slowly, in a way that enhances and augments our lives, but doesn't clutter them with junk. To complicate matters, essential changes as we change. What was essential 5 years ago, or even 5 days ago, may not be essential now. And so we must continually question, adjust, let go. This is especially true during a crisis where a week feels like a month, a lifetime. Stuck in their homes, people wrestled with the fact that their material possessions matter less than they originally thought. The truth was all around them. All the things collecting dust, their high school baseball trophies, dusty college textbooks, and broken food processors were never as important as people. The pandemic magnified this reality and demonstrated a crucial lesson. Our things tend to get in the way of what's truly essential: our relationships. Human connection is missing from our lives, and it can't be purchased. It can only be cultivated. To do so, we must simplify, which starts with the stuff and then extends to every aspect of our lives. This book was written to help regular people like you and me deal with the external clutter before looking inward and addressing the mental, emotional, psychological, spiritual, financial, creative, technological, and relational clutter that weighs us down and disrupts our connection with others. If you have followed The Minimalist for any time at all, you will recognize bits and pieces of our story in the Introduction to Living with Less chapter: death, divorce, a packing party. But these elements aren't only for new readers. In this book, we take a deeper dive into the struggles, insecurities, substance abuse, addiction, infidelity, zealotry, heartache, and pain that were the catalyst for lasting change in our lives. Then, once those details are on the table, we explore new territory as we navigate the 7 essential relationships that make us who we are. This isn't a book written for a pandemic. It's a guidebook for everyday life. The pandemic has simply heightened our everyday problems and rendered them even more urgent. With the most recent financial downturn and a renewed search for meaning, our society will be coping with some critical realities in the not-too-distant future. Many new norms have been established. Others will continue to form as we move forward. Some of us will attempt to cling to the past, to return to normal. But that's like struggling to hold a block of ice in our hands. Once it melts, it's gone. I've been asked, when is this going to turn around? But turning around presupposes that we should return to the past, to a normal that wasn't working for most people, at least not in any meaningful way. While I don't know what the future holds, I know we can emerge from this uncertainty with a new normal, one that is predicated on intentionality and community rather than consumer confidence. To get there, we must simplify again. We must clear the clutter to find the path forward. We must find a deeper understanding beyond the horizon. In the thick of the coronavirus crisis, I had a conversation with one of my personal mentors, a business